When attacking on Haven, you're going to be pushing up long a lot. And sometimes you'll get into this position where there's a site smoke down and your teammates aren't going through. In this position, it is the perfect time to just get in this corner and drone. Because anyone back site, if you tag them, they're basically dead. If you're front B, I do this drone many times even in matches. You make sure that you're safe to the right and the left. You literally can just drone from the open, even if there's no smoke. If anyone peeks you, your teammate's going to trade anyway. And going 1-for-1 on attack is very good because you're going to take the bomb site. Guaranteed info is like someone planting the bomb. If someone's planting B, I will always ult B. Because not only do I have info that someone's planting, I have info that there's going to be people around him holding him. So if I'm on A, I know they're going B. Easiest ult, I would start the ult on default and then drag it to the left. Because 99% of the time, people aren't going to stick the plant. What's up everyone, I'm Poppin from ENVY and you're watching ZOWIE Esports Academy. In this episode, we're going to talk about the importance of positioning when using abilities on SOVA. Many people just want to use their abilities. They see they have a recon, they shoot it. They see they have a shock, they shoot it. They see they have a drone, they just use it. And what makes the difference between a pro player and the average player on an agent like SOVA? Every time you drone, you want to think about what will happen if you tag an enemy with this drone. For an example, if I was playing A long on SOVA and I was jiggling this line and I see someone in lobby and I drone, what happens? I can tag someone and what are they going to do? They're just going to hide behind a wall, they're going to wait out the tag, and it's going to be useless. Instead, try to wait until the enemy is in a position where they cannot escape after you've tagged them, or try to drone for another reason. Try to drone for your teammate to peek with it. Let's say you're next to Jet, you're next to a duelist, whoever it is, Reyna, Jet, any duelist long. You can tell them peek long with my drone. Try to put your drone as high as possible, make the enemy shoot at the drone, have them peek with it, and this will pull the enemy's crosshair away, which will make it a lot easier for them to kill them, right? Let's talk about attack-sided droning. When you're on attack, there's many ways to utilize the attack side drone that are very underused. When attacking on Haven, you're going to be pushing up long a lot. And sometimes you'll get into this position where there's a site smoke down and your teammates aren't going through. In this position, it is the perfect time to just get in this corner and drone. Because anyone back site, if you tag them, they're basically dead. And this will happen so many times. It's happened. There's a site smoke, there's a guy stuck back site, he's just holding, your teammates don't want to go through. What do? You just tag this guy. He's forced to fully tuck in this corner if he's here, and it allows them to kill the enemy way easier. And if they're back site on the right side even, all of this box is spammable, you tag them, they're dead no matter what. You can just spam anything on this box, they try to run CT, teammate kills them. Doing attack-sided risky drones will win you many rounds. And this could work on any site. If you're front B, I do this drone many times even in matches. You make sure that you're safe to the right and the left. You literally can just drone from the open, even if there's no smoke. If anyone peeks you, your teammate's going to trade anyway. And going 1-for-1 on attack is very good because you're going to take the bomb site if you're going 1-for-1 usually. So you just drone from here, risky spot, but it's a very good drone. And it can clear everything site. And now the example for A is you could run up long and imagine they smoke you here, your Jet doesn't have dash, just drone from in the smoke. Clear everything. It's a crazy drone, not utilized by anyone that I've seen. You just tag the guy back site and it's another basically free bomb site. If you hit that tag, risky, but very high rewarding. One thing that isn't talked about is the ways to fly the drone properly. If you hold space, your drone will be extremely high and it will basically make it so you can clear everything on the map. For example, if you're trying to hit the A site and you drone low, you can clear close right, you can clear all of short without the backside player being able to break your drone. Because if you tag this backside player and all of your teammates are long, it's very hard to actually get this kill. You have to run up all the way long, there could be more players on site, you have to be worried about them. So it's very important to to try to get your drone as far up as possible and tag the enemy as late as possible so you can actually utilize the tag. So that is something you want to think about. But like I said, most of the time you want to drive your drone extremely high because it's hardest to shoot at. Now when it comes to tagging players yourself, you want to have crosshair placement with the drone. Think about where is the most likely that the enemy is going to shoot it from. So when you're going to go, let's just imagine you're trying to hit default, you're aiming above default. If we're going to go around a corner, you're pre-aiming your drone crosshair around that corner, ready for anyone to shoot at it. If you're going to go low, just pre-aim around the corner, always be pre-aiming, expecting an enemy. And this will allow you to tag players a lot easier. Want to think about when ulting is how the enemies will react. If you're ulting in an area like mid, any enemy you hit will have such a free and open space to run around, which will make it the hardest area to ult in the game. Whether that's mid or on A with a ton of free space, you never want to ult in an area where the enemies can move freely. You want to think about how I can have the most amount of enemies in the smallest area, obviously, right? So, how can you do this? You want to think, if I ult right now, what are the chances that 5 people will be in front of me? And if the answer is very unsure, I would not ult. The only time you ever want to ult is if you are guaranteed either full info on a player, or if there's like 4 or 5 enemies lined up together. And this would mean full info, like guaranteed info. Guaranteed info is like someone planting the bomb. If someone's planting B, I will always ult B. Because not only do I have info that someone's planting, I have info that there's going to be people around them holding him. So, if I'm on A, I know they're going B, easiest ult, I would start the ult on default and then drag it to the left. Because 99% of the time, people aren't going to stick the plant. And also, even if people are sticking the plant, like I said, there's an extremely high chance there's going to be someone holding from here, or someone holding from here, holding the planter. So this will guarantee at least one hit. This is an ult that I brought up when talking about recons previously, which is if I'm on the A line, I'm jiggling, and I know that they're going C, I will throw my dart, which is you line it up with this line right here, two of the diamonds you line up right here, 2 charge, shoot it, and then instantly run to short. By the time this dart lands and scans, you will be down here ready to ult off it. And sometimes even ult before, because you don't know if it's actually going to scan, it might get broken. But if you're in lower rank, it'll scan every single time. If you're in a lower rank, it'll scan every time. And you don't even need the dart to be able to ult from here. If your teammates are calling they're coming out C, you can simply use your map and see what your teammates are seeing and ult off it. This is very important. Thanks for tuning into ZOWIE Esports Academy. If you learned something new, hit that subscribe button. And let us know in the comments what our next video should be about.